Hello and welcome back to another episode of Turbo Tuesday. You know the drill, we want to bring chaos to the Dueling Book ladder, so let's hop right into the video. So, playing against Further Shrimp 11. Welcome to the video. We have a decent hand. Like to see the duo, of course. What? Wait. Sea Metal Tank, so one of those Union XYZ whatever metal tank stuff. Man, hopefully they get a fusion out. I don't really remember, but I think there was one. And I think I will even say, like, hopefully you can get out something. Well, thank you for the meme, Further Shrimp 11. I think first we hit the duo, definitely. Yeah, like I said. Hopefully you can pull something off. So we get rid of Mirror Force. Well, not the best here against us, so because like it's so early. Later would be cool, but now we would just set some stuff and you know what I mean. Smashing Ground, alright. I think that's an easy set Sangan, or like upstart first maybe. We could think about keeping the upstart, but I think it's fine. If you would have drawn Thunder Dragon already, this would maybe make sense, but we really wanna draw into Thunder Dragon, so setting Sangan, setting Mirror Force, and see what the opponent does. Our rating was at 409 here, so further than last episode. I think we were on 222 or something. So they attack into the Sangan. I think with a deck like this, you don't have so many possibilities. So I think we search for Serpent or maybe Moth, but I think Serpent is the best with the card Destruction. If we resolve any flip monster and it gets to grave, we can have a use of the Night Assailant with the card Destruction, so this would be pretty cool. Tsukiyomi, alright. I think we set the Spy past the turn, yep. So another set card from the opponent. They attack into the Spy, which is pretty good. That's what we want to see. So, unfortunately, we can't get over the Z Metal Tank. But let's see. I think here we can even chill. Just set the jar, nothing more. I don't want to have Night Assailant on field, I think. But we could get rid of the Z Metal Tank and maybe get aggressive. We have a backup with the Mirror Force. Or set the Tsukiyomi, but I think, yeah, I wouldn't do nothing. Like, just setting jar is fine. So they do nothing to BLS. No light yet, unfortunately. But I think we just... wait, okay, we activate jar, of course. Maybe we can find Thunder Dragon. Torrential, also not doing so much here. I think slowly... I wanna get aggressive now. Kind of. So we could set Night Assailant. Yeah. Glad when my plans now fit to the plans I made in the duel. So they attack into it. We can have a use of the effect. Pretty cool. Okay. So maybe we wanted just to have a use of the Mirror Force. Why did we activate it here? I'm not sure. So I think now we will, yeah, just attack with the Spies to see what they have. Seems like nothing. So 2400 going in clean. We set the ring and I think pass the turn. MST? Yeah, we won't chain ring to our own monster just to get some damage in. Sangan Torrential. Well, that hits hard. That hits hard. I don't see that Mirror Force play. Especially when they attack into Night Assailant. Cyberjar, okay. I see that, I see that. Okay, BLS coming down. Well, we have an answer. Well, not really, to be honest, but we have the card destruction, so we just have to draw into any kind of chaos. I think we have to rip it here. We could set Torrential, but they will, no, they won't set Cyberjar, but I think to keep the Torrential is not the worst, so. Widespread Ruin, Threatening Roar main, okay. So, unfortunately, still no chaos. This was one of the call decks, but doesn't look so good here, to be honest. So I think, yeah, set the Dekoichi to survive anyhow. Yep, of course they banish. That's always the thing you should do. You shouldn't attack after banishing, because you can't. So another set, they have so much back row. So I don't know if we forgot the Serpent last turn, or if we did it on purpose, maybe to play around Dust Shoot, I don't know. But now we can have a use of the Raigeki Break, even better with the Night Assailant. Ah, we decided to use Torrential. I think that's fine. Can set Call and Raigeki Break. Alright. Maybe keep the Call till we had a Chaos Monster, because we don't really have something to summon, except maybe the Sangan. So, Giant Orc, they still have Ring, but we could chain Raigeki Break if they activate Ring, so we could eat the attack. But I think we activate Raigeki Break, use Night Assailant and get a maybe Night Assailant back or the Koichi, but I think you should always get Night Assailant back. We decided to get back Spy. Well, it's good against the aggression, of course. Only one of the Union monsters seen so far. I think we set Spy, set Jar, pass the turn. We decided to set all, that's fine. I don't think they activate Storm with 3 back rows. So, knock against the Spy, not the worst, but also not the best. It thins our deck, that's fine. There we go, White Dragon Head. Awesome. We're pretty low, so, but I think we could think about like calling back Sangan, or call back Spy in end phase to get it to defense next turn. Could be a play too. We decided to eat the attack. Okay. Here we go. Do we have a Raigeki Break? We don't. So this should be game. Awesome. I think we could have done this better. Definitely. This Mirror Force was just bad. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I was thinking like I want to have a use now because before I won't have a use later, but this would have made a huge difference because we would have had it against the BLS and I think we would have won. That's a good example how one decision can make the difference. But now we start with Duo again. We even lost with the Duo turn 1. Imagine that. Mechanical Chaser. XYZ Cannon. A monster with a mighty cannon barrel, it's able to integrate its attacks. It attacks in May ways my Thunder Dragon by combining and separating with other monsters. Alright, so we have Thunder Dragon. So with the Sangan, BLS should be live soon. Always summon your Sangan if you need a Dark Engrave. I think we can let this through to get the Dark Engrave and have a search. Maybe Moth or Serpent. I think Moth would be better here because we already have the Thunder Dragons. I know Metamorphosis and Serpent is better than like with Moth, but I think Morph would be better here. Yeah, perfect. Upstart is fine. Into Graceful. This is fine also. Makes the Morph even better. If we draw anything like, yeah, Book of Moon, Raigeki Break, we can go very aggressive here. We sided into Kuriboh, since this is like limited removal machine stuff. Pretty cool, by the way. Pretty cool deck. Really need to do a video with Union stuff. So we discarded the Thunder Dragons. We can easily go aggressive with the BLS here. And then set Morph. And if this like stays and goes through, usually this is like over then. They have a Torrential, unfortunately, the one punish here. But I think we just set them off and set Raigeki Break. No, we don't have to set Raigeki Break since we have the Sakuretsu, but if we want to go safe, we can set it. But we don't have really discard fodder, so I think it's fine like that. BLS coming down again. They attack. They attack, and they even know we have Morph. What are you doing, Further Shrimp? That's the punish. That's the big punish. So, Z Metal Tank. And now this is just huge. We flip Morph, recycle Graceful, I would say. Then we could even use Metamorphosis if we want to. Man, I love Kuriboh. I think it's just a good card. In like when you play Metamorphosis and or Turbo stuff against OTK decks, doing stuff in the damage step is so underrated sometimes. So we get Tear first. Maybe we wait even with the Graceful. We are not in a hurry or something. We even have the Book of Moon to have a use of like Tear's effect if they get like a set card, a set monster or so. And I think here we can set Raigeki Break and pass the turn. I wouldn't activate Graceful. Yeah, perfect. Let's see what they do. Set card, Smashing Ground. Well, Book of Moon would have been okay here, but we can get rid of the Tear. We don't care so much. I think in this situation we can Graceful. We can Graceful, I think. Or we set their Torrential and wait. Or set the Scapegoats, of course. Yeah. Scapegoats, yeah. I think Scapegoats is fine here. So, let's see. Another Kuriboh. So we are more than safe against limited removal. So here was thinking pretty hard. I think we can Graceful. Yeah, we don't need two Kuribohs, I think. And the Torrential is pretty bad with the Scapegoats in this situation. Perfect. We draw into Sinister Serpent, Tsukiyomi, and Night Assailant. Yeah. Discarding Serp. And the Night Assailant, we can get back the Morph, which is awesome. We don't care about the Z Metal Tank. We get back the Morph. And set it, I think. Set them off. We could think about set Book of Moon. But we don't care so much if Magician of Faith gets destroyed by the attack, I think. So setting Morph. We could also set Book of Moon, but I don't think we need to. Yeah. Of course we could like negate the attack to have the loop with Tsukiyomi, but I don't think we have to go -1 for that. So they draw into pot. And let's see if they don't attack into the Morph. That's a misplay in my opinion. Maybe they have Knock. Okay, they don't. Heavy Storm is pretty good here. We get back the Serpent. So we can use Heavy Storm, chain Regeki Break to the Z Metal Tank. And I think that's it then. Okay. We decided to set another Moth. Well, yeah, the Storm will be better if we have pressure after it, but I think we would have had pressure after it with, like, Moth, Tsukiyomi Loop, whatever. But let's see, another Magician of Faith. Ah, this is Koribo. Where's my head? This is Koribo. I thought it's Moth for some reason. I don't know why. So now we, okay, we decided to use Regeki Break in standby phase. It's a little advantage to get back the Serpent, but I don't think it's necessary here, because if they would have, like, chained something, we could have maybe have a use of the Regeki Break in the situation. Okay, we decided to flip up Moth first. I think that's right, because maybe they would have chained a like anything against a set monster. I don't see anything now except Regeki Break. But they have Brain Control, another Widespread Ruin, and a set Heavy Storm. Interesting. So we definitely slam the Graceful. No Sorg yet. 15 cards left in deck. And I think now we will... do we need the Spy here? Not really. I think we can get rid of Spy. Or the Scapegoats. One of those two. And I think here we summon Tsukiyomi. Reset the Magician of Faith. And get over the Sangan, but we decided to set the Spy. We have the Book of Moon to, like, activate it on the attack declaration. I like that. I like that. So now Book of Moon to recycle Graceful again. Awesome. That's better. That's better. So another Moth. It's crazy how you can draw with this deck sometimes. It's just the best deck in the format. Changed my mind. You could tell me what is your favorite deck in the format. Write it down in the comments. And please, if you didn't subscribe to the channel, it would mean a lot if you would hit the subscribe button. Pot of Greed. Well, this should be over soon. Torrential's gone. Murphos is not. We're pretty low on deck cards, so still no Sork. Okay. I don't know if we should Graceful here. We don't have an out yet against the set card we do have now. Still no Sork, just saying. So, discarding Serpent, I think, and maybe Night Assailant. Doesn't really matter here, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, why not? Let's have an advantage here. Yeah, Breaker's perfect here because Torrential's gone. Ring, that's fine. So now we will go aggressive. We have a Ring by our own. They have a Search. They search Cyberjar, pretty good here. Unfortunately, we don't... Oh, we have a Regeki Break. Perfect. Did they already take the damage from the Spies? Yeah, okay. I just thought I forgot to attack. So Duo, we don't really care about that. Storm is gone, so we set all the back row. They hit Karibo. Unfortunately, they got some informations, but I think it's fine. So this is 100% Cyberjar. We will activate Regeki Break in standby phase. We accidentally overlaid our spies. This is not an XYZ monster. So here we have game. Do we have the third spy in deck? No. Is this game still? Yeah, it's exact game. Cool. So GG. Going into game 3, well, that was a long one. If I think about, like, the the advantages we got with the drawing. But if you don't draw a Chaos Monster, there's not so much pressure. But maybe we could have played this more aggressively. I don't know. Giant Orc, I see they have a storm. They have storm in hand. I smell it. I smell the storm. Big heavy storm of farts coming into my nose. And let me read, there is a storm. So we set 2 chainables. If this is storm, this is good for us. Okay, seems like it's not. I think we activate scapegoats because maybe they attack and then we can have a use of breaker to get over the orc. So they attacked, as it seems, yeah. Man, it's my experience from Earth Aggro. Cards like Giant Orc or Gaff are so bad against scapegoats. It's so annoying. You don't want to attack over them. You don't want to attack over them because one scapegoats for like a big monster going to defense. I would rather keep it as a wall in attack position. Because man, this is so bad. So I think we play Breaker, risk a Torrential. It is Torrential for sure. Of course, yeah. So I think we could set the Sakuretsu, but I think it's fine to just keep Ring on field. There goes the Z-Metal tank. Hopefully we will see some Union stuff. We decided to let this go through because we're not under pressure yet. So drawing into Pot of Greeds. We could think about to keep the pot and first set Spy. I think I like that. Okay, we decided to use pot. Maybe we draw into Thunder Dragon. We don't. So easy set Spy, pass the turn. Viewing extra deck. Here we go. White Dragon Head. So let's read the effect. Like once per turn you can either target blah blah blah, equip it, or unequip this card and special summon it. We would have to read the effect on the fusion card. So here I was like, I wanted to know the effect of the I assume YZ metal cannon whatever to know if I should use ring on the summon. And I think I checked the ruling if like the priority is on these or on the fusion monster, or there is no priority, so I can chain ring to avoid the other guy. So YZ Dragon Tank, I googled it. So I changed because I think the effect is to destroy one card on field if it gets summoned. So I think it's better to use ring here to avoid it. Unfortunately, we don't see it, but in the end, we want to win. So we draw into, I think, Sakuretsu Armor. I think we can flip Spy or do nothing. Yeah, we flip Spy. Torrential's gone, so we are safe to set Moth first. And I think we will set Sakuretsu and even Raigeki Break, maybe? Or both Sakuretsus. Yeah. So if they attack into the Moth, we could even have a use of the Raigeki Break after it with the Night Assailant. Would be cool. Recycle a pod. Let's see what they do. Here I say, to be honest, I'm not sure right now if you would have had prior for your fusion, but I think it's the effect of the fusion dragon, not the summoned monster, right? Yeah, that's what I was saying before. But I think it's I think everything was done right. We could think about the Sakuretsu here, but I don't think it's necessary, so that's fine. We got the plus from the Spy. So here, flip them off. We can have a loop with the Tsukiyomi, get Pot of Greed, get some pluses, and do turbo stuff. By the way, in this episode, I decided to have the Sorg again. as a profile picture, I like the switching with the Thunder Dragons and with the Thunder Dragon and Zork. So, finding Thunder Dragon. Speaking of the devil, is this an English? Is this an English like thing? We say it in German. Maybe I just said some German English stuff. Well, I think even okay, we decided to do the loop. We could have summoned Zambira to get over the Z metal tank, but we have so much back row and such, so I think that's fine. Tsukiyomi sets them off. We set the other Sakuretsu. I don't see why. Yeah, of course we said it before we instead of like discarding it, so that's fine. Battle phase. Yeah, they have to interrupt the loop, and we will definitely Sakuretsu the Z metal tank because we have an advantage with the loop, so I think it's fine. BLS. Alright, alright. Torrential's gone, so I think we can... I think I would summon it to get rid of the set monster, because we have the Raigeki break if they have a snatch or so, and we have so many answers. So I think Moth first. Okay, we decided to summon Zambira. Well, yeah, that's the super safe route. And yeah, I think I wanted to have a use of the Zambira because it can't attack directly, so I think that's fine. Now we will flip them off. Unfortunately, we won't have the loop now. I don't see that play so much. And now the pot, like, I don't know. I think we could have done this better. Like, first flip them off, summon BLS. We don't care about the back row. Summon it in defense, banish the monster, go in. But it's fine now. We are so much in advantage. Okay, we do the play now. Maybe I was thinking like they were protecting the monster. So it has to be something good. It's a Reaper, alright. So they didn't really have to protect the monster, so I think I would have waited with the Mirror Force. Okay, so setting Raigeki break. Now we have a Sakuretsu and 2 Raigeki breaks on field. Storm would hit pretty hard here. But we would have a Zork as a backup. We would have Torrential, Night Assailant, so some stuff to avoid any losing. So BLS of their own is live. So let's see what they do. Another giant orc tries to get over the moth. I think we Sakuretsu it. Yeah. So Mirror Force is gone and Torrential is gone. This looks pretty bad for Further Shrimp 11. Further Shrimp 1-1 sounds cooler, if you ask me. So, Snatch in main phase 2. We will Raigeki break this. Yeah, I was just thinking like we could use Night Assailant, but I would rather use Thunder Dragon to have a better recycle with Night Assailant. We draw into Scapegoat, doesn't do much here. I think we just summon Tsukiyomi, reset them off, and go in. We could also try to go for lethal, because like I said, if Torrential Mirror Force is out, you just can go super aggressive. So we could... Yeah, we summon Tsukiyomi, reset the Moth, get back Pot of Greed, maybe draw even another Zork. Yep, there we go. This is so game. Well, maybe if this is a Sakuretsu or a Widespread Ruin, they will survive, but I think... Yeah, we just have to discard another... Yeah. That is game, definitely. They had limited removal. Unfortunately, we didn't see any XYZ stuff. I think it's pretty hard to pull out. I don't see so much synergy with the orcs and the YZ stuff, but didn't see the whole deck. I think it's It was pretty fun though. So this was match number 1. Let's go right into match number 2. Replay number 2 against Greg33. Welcome to the video. So we start. Weird hand. Definitely weird hand. I think here we just set jar and ring and nothing more. Yeah. Because setting the Zug, okay, we could play around like a round knock, but I think let's see first what they play, and these both are pretty good to set in the beginning. Even if they storm, it's just a 1-for-1 since we have the jar, so experienced player. So let's see. Seems like they play turbo and they have the storm. So definitely chaining jar, drawing knock, which is good. They play an upstart goblin. Another upstart goblin. Happy to have 2,000 more. One set. Alright. Good. We draw into spy, so we have a flip monster. Which we set definitely. I think with the 2 Sorgs we would even have kind of discard fodder for Raigeki break. So I think we can set it here. If we draw them like into Thunder Dragon or so, we would have a light also. They changed Raigeki break in end phase. The graveyard is busted again. They have a knock, so this will be a spyless match. Let's see. Yep, they banish all 3 too, so no spies in this duel. We draw Book of Moon, which is kind of useless here. Now we could think about setting Tsukiyomi. I think that's better than doing nothing, because they had a knock already, and maybe... But it's pretty useless. I think we even do nothing. We have 10,000 life points, so this is fine, definitely. So they have a face down monster, we have the knock, we found Thunder Dragon, we don't have a dark yet, but I think that's fine. Definitely discarding Thunder Dragon. We knock first, it's a moth, so even a moth-less duel. Yep. Getting Thunder Dragons. Now we set the Tsukiyomi past the turn. Maybe we could have a kind of a like normal summon Dekoichi whatever play. Unfortunately, they have tribe and attack into the Tsukiyomi. This would have been a cool answer against it, but what should we do? We could think about storm here, but I think that's not really necessary. We have dark, light dark yet, and now I think that's why we set the Tsukiyomi. Because now Sorcerer is live, and we have the second one if anything happens to him. And we have the Book of Moon to protect it for like Snatch. And they already played a knock, so this one is pretty safe here, I think. Yeah, they don't have a dark. They don't have a dark, which is pretty good. So I think this is an absolute fine position. And I really like Book of Moon. You can just play more aggressively, risk even more. So now Sorg will stay. Awesome. I bet they have at least one Chaos Monster in hand. We just attack. They're at 5,700. We set the Jar of Greed, which we just drew. So this looks absolutely fine. We didn't have any Trinity piece till yet. There comes the pot. All right. This looked so scripted. We have the jar, but I think we first pot because we can chain jar to anything. And I think it doesn't really matter here because we already found Thunder Dragon. Usually you should always use the draw 1 cards first in case you find Thunder Dragon, but Okay, we decided to attack first. I think these are fake. Definitely. If they said to 80% of the time, they're fake. Going into duo and Dekoichi. Slam into duo. We could help them by accident if we like discard a dark and they have a chaos monster in hand. So there goes the Sork. Let's see what they discard. Another Thunder Dragon. So there are... Okay, all Thunder Dragons are gone. I think here we definitely set the Dekoichi. Could even think about activating Jar to find anything protective like a Raigeki Break. I think at this point in Chaos Turbo we still had maybe the call. Well, that's a weird timing for the MST, to be honest. I think we we set the Sork, yeah. I'd rather have it knocked instead of getting snatched, so I think that's fine. I wish they would have targeted the Jar. So our not activating Jar would have paid out big time. So we kind of helped them, as it seems, for another Sork. But that's fine. They attack into our Sork, I assume, so we get another Dark Engrave. We can discard the Thunder Dragon anytime. So we don't care so much. Okay, I think we chain Jar to have a higher chance of them not hitting the Sork. They would have hit the Sork. So now they hit the Sangan. Bit of luck here, so good that we can use like the effect of Duo to discard our Thunder Dragon. We would have done it anyways, but now we even get out the Duo. Now we draw BLS, so this thing is over, I think. I think we summon BLS first. Well, if they have Torrential, this would be the biggest punish, I think. Yeah, because if they have Torrential, so be it, we still have the knock, the Sork. We try to win. Book of Moon, alright. So, now we flip the Koichi. Then discard the Thunder Dragon and get rid of their Sork by our Sork. And this should be a wrap with this duel. The only punish would be not really much. Not really much. So here we definitely just go to attack mode with the Sork and try to get in with Dekoichi and Sorcerer. Because if they have Mirror Force, fine, we still have the BLS. Flipping up BLS would be way too dangerous. They even have the Mirror Force, so they found pretty good cards. I think we let the BLS stay set. Like I said, if it gets knocked, it's fine. Unfortunately, all our Chaos Monsters are gone. So hopefully they don't find a knock. Alright, graceful. Okay. So do we even flip the Dekoichi? No. I didn't want to risk a Torrential. Maybe we find an MST. That's a weird spot. So we definitely discard Sinister and Night Assailant, I think, to get back the Dekoichi from grave. And I think we don't even activate Upstart here. We are left with 11 cards in deck. We don't have so much we want to draw. I think we flip Dekoichi first. If they have Torrential, we can at least draw a card. We definitely don't care about Dust Shoot. So there comes BLS. Mirror Force is gone. Here we go. Let's see what they have. Ah, didn't see it. Oh, I think it was a knock. I think it was a knock. No. They would have activated knock. I don't know. We will never know, I think. So GG, match 1 goes to our side. Game 1, not match 1. We have a pretty good hand. Hopefully they don't duo us. Okay. So if you draw a flip monster, maybe by the graceful, this would be even better. So discard Thunder Dragon for sure. Hitting the graceful for sure. There we go. Drawing into Knock, Sangan, and a Moth. Pretty good. But I think, should we even use Night Assailant and the Moth, or discard the Thunder Dragons? Well, we would have... There would be a light, a Dark Engrave, which makes the Sork live. But I think I like to play more to, like, summon Breaker, like discard Thunder Dragons, and keep the Night Assailant. Maybe in the future we have 2 Night Assailants, we can recycle the Graceful with the Moth. I decided to go Sangan, which is way better here than the Breaker, because this should be a jar or maybe a ring anyways. And we have the Knock, so this was a perfect start. Just perfect. Like to get rid of the Sangan, so they don't have a Dark Engrave. This paid out last game pretty high, so... They have a Kaiku, which is unfortunate. But we still have Light Dark Engrave. We could think about... well, I think we search for Tsukiyomi here. Or maybe Spy. But with the Moth, I think Tsukiyomi is better. I really had a think here. Yeah, we get Tsukiyomi. We can Tsuk the Kaiku down, get Sork, or we summon Breaker. Try to get over the Kaiku and then use the effect. That would be way, way riskier. But we could still mind control the Kaiku in main phase 2, get Sork and banish it. So we would have a backup plan. So let's see what we decided to do. Okay, we go the safe route. Just use Tsukiyomi, get rid of the Kaiku. Perfect. I think we set the mind control. We definitely set the mind control because we would have to discard something and we don't want that. It was an MST. The Breaker would have paid out too before, but I think Sangan was the right play. So they found Thunder Dragon. With the Kaiku they have a Dark Engrave. I think at this time... I think we played one Kaiku in the side. I changed some stuff in the turbo. In our turbo deck. You will see it maybe in 2 or 3 episodes. It's very like behind, but I really like the new version. Super cool. I will do a deck I will show the deck when we get to the point where I duel with it. So now we had Upstart Goblin, now we get Sork, get in. And I think set the Faith. Or maybe the Dekoichi first. We set the Faith. We have an MST against a potential Snatch Steal. And if they have a Chaos Monster on their own, that's kind of fine. So this is Storm. So maybe they have a big play now. Trading Storm with MST is absolutely fine. They just have 1 Dark, so they can just get 1 Chaos Monster. There it goes. Hopefully no BLS. It's a Sork. So this Moth, I think, will resolve definitely. So they have a Zombira. Attack into the Moth. We get back to Grace for sure. Yep. It's super good with the Night Assailant. So let's see what we draw next turn. No back row. They're at 5,700. This could be a potential OTK now if we draw into the right cards. So we will definitely use Graceful, Pot, Delinquent Duo, and Heavy Storm. So we get rid of Night Assailant, and I think we don't really need the Storm here, but we don't also need one of the flip monsters. We need a Dark and a Light. So we don't get Night Assailant to Grave because we need... Okay. I think we get back the Moth. No. I don't think this is the right play. We need a Light and Grave. Or maybe future Chaos Monster. We use Delinquent Duo now. We have 2 Watchers here. Shoutouts to Larrick and ZeroCool42. Maybe you see the video. We discarded, of course, 2 Thunder Dragons. Now we have the Sorcerer. I forgot the... Okay, I didn't forget the 1000. I wished we would have a light now, but I think here we just set them off and hope they don't have BLS. Well, they don't have a dark yet, so this Moth should be pretty safe. We pro set Heavy Storm. They don't have a knock. This looks pretty good. But I still think it would have been better to keep Moth in Grave. They hit the breaker. We don't really care. We can discard the Night Assailant to get back the other Night Assailant to have the loop here. There was a time when I didn't play Night Assailant in Turbo or just one without card destruction, but I think so much better to have 2 Night Assailants. The loop is just too crazy. They summon Breaker, destroy the Storm, we don't care, attack into the Moth. So perfect here. We get a Light Engrave, recycle the Graceful. Get some damage in, but that's not a problem. So now we can summon Sork at least to banish their darks, to avoid another Chaos Monster. We have Snatch, so this should be over. This should be over. Let's see what we draw. Okay, not the best here. Definitely, yeah, get rid of the Dust Shoot and Night Assailant again to get back Night Assailant from Grave. Yep. So now we will summon Sork, snatch their Sork, banish both of their monsters, summon Tsukuyomi to attack with their Sork and the Tsukuyomi directly, and I think then it should be kind of over. They will survive, but maybe we don't even go into our Sork, but I think, yeah, we should do because they don't have a dark and we want to keep it like that. Now comes the Tsuk. Perfect. And we can even attack with their Sork. This combo is just crazy. So, setting the jar, getting Tsuk back to hand, and I think this should be it. If they have Snatch, they could get out of the situation. But I think it's exactly Snatch that would help them. We even draw into Knock, so this is just over. Jar, maybe we find MST or so. I think we didn't use... we used it already. So we attack with their Sork, and they don't have anything. It was a Torrential. Always good to play around it, of course. Never overextend if you don't need to, especially when they're at like 1300. Yeah, well, we won 2-0. Pretty good match. I think it was kind of even. It was a good proof in both duels to keep the graveyard clean if you are able to. But of course we also drew pretty good with the Graceful, with the Recycling Moth. And that's it for this week's Turbo Tuesday. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me know in the comments what you think about the deck right now. And if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs up. Construct is signing out. I wish you all a great week. See you next episode.